So this is a monolithic slab on a custom home that I'm building in High Springs, Florida. The house is about 4,400 total, and there is a bonus room. So this slab is about 4,000 square feet that we're looking at here. And so at this stage, we're all ready for inspection. After today, we're ready to call in for inspection for Monday. So I'm going to go over, what we're seeing, all the materials that are in place, and some of the things to watch out for at this stage. And keep in mind that, after we pass inspection on Monday, we're ready to go ahead and pour the concrete. So everything that you see here is what will be, in the slab, in the foundation, after the concrete is poured. So this is basically the last day of any materials going in before concrete does. And so we'll start off with the form boards. Those are the 2x12 pieces of wood that you see there, held up by the 2x4 stakes. These are just temporary. They're just put in place to hold the concrete slab in place until it sets up. And once the concrete sets up, they will get pulled. And so the next thing we're going to see, and one of the most important features of a concrete slab, are the footers. And so you'll see deeper footers with rebar running through them. These are to support the exterior walls, which carry a lot of load from the trusses. And so that's what we're seeing here, 2 pieces of rebar and a 20-inch deep footer. In a couple spots in this house, we have these pier pads, as you see, and we also have several spots where we have interior footers because we have interior load-bearing walls, where we'll dig out, deeper footers inside the slab, not just on the perimeter, and fill them with rebar. And like I said, these are where we have interior load-bearing walls. And these will be called out on the truss plan and on the engineering. And so as we can see here, we also have the visqueen down. So the visqueen is a vapor barrier that keeps moisture that comes up from the ground. There's going to be some moisture that comes up from the slab always, but this keeps, a good bit of that, below the slab, so you don't have a ton of moisture coming up into the concrete. And then we can also see here the welded wire. So I always use welded wire on my slabs. There's the option to use fibercrete, and I typically do not use that. The fibercrete is a less expensive option, but I feel like the welded wire holds your slab together a lot better, so I always opt for that option. Something else at this stage is we always check for the recessed showers. I like to recess my showers 4 inches, so that way we don't have to put a curb later on in the showers. And on this house, we had to run a downdraft vent, so that's what you're seeing here, this nice big pipe. And so at this stage, I also always come on site and set the bond wire for the ground, for the electrical, for the home. That's one of the things that's checked at this point, so we find a good place for that. As you can see here, we attach it to the rebar. I always loop up the ground wire. That's one of the things the inspector will check at this point. So this house is all ready for inspection. We're going to get that on Monday, and then once we pass that inspection, we're going to look to pour this house at the end of the week. And then I'm going to be posting more about this house as we continue on with construction, so be sure to check back for more.